Hello, my name is Bev Bryan and I'm a naturalist at the Ware Nature Center. Welcome to Protecting Yourself from Summer's Supervillains, Taking on Ticks, a series of educational videos created through a partnership between Ware Nature Center and the Village of Greendale Health Department. In episode 1 of our Taking on Ticks series, we're going to meet the tick, nature's stealthy supervillain. Say hello to the tick, but don't call it a bug. Ticks are not insects. They are a kind of arthropod called arachnids. And like their cousins, the spiders, the mites, and the scorpions, they have 8 legs. And like spiders and scorpions, ticks get their food only from other animals. But instead of eating a whole animal like a spider does, ticks will eat the blood of the animal they bite. Ticks only remove a small amount of the blood when they feed and don't kill their host. We call an organism that feeds on animals without killing them a parasite. Ticks are all pretty tiny, but they can ingest a blood meal 200 to 600 times their weight. Their exoskeleton stretches and swells to hold all that blood. That would be like if a 100-pound human would eat 30,000 one-pound hamburgers. Yeah, kind of gross, I know. But the whole blood-sucking thing is pretty efficient. A tick only needs 3 meals of blood during their entire life, 1 meal per life stage. What do I mean by life stage? Well, ticks go through a life cycle similar to some of the insects you might be familiar with. They start from an egg and hatch as a larva, then molt into a small nymph, and then molt into a male or female adult that reproduces to produce more ticks. We will cover the life cycle of the deer tick in episode 3 because it's important to understanding how they can transmit Lyme disease to us. The second important thing to understand about ticks is that they are really not looking for humans to suck blood from, at least not just humans. Ticks feed on the blood of all sorts of mammals and birds and even reptiles and amphibians. Ticks will feed on different hosts during different life stages, which is why they can act as a vector to transmit diseases. Most ticks live their whole lives without ever biting a human, but given the opportunity, ticks will make lunch from our blood if we don't use our own superpowers to elude them. So how do ticks find an animal to bite? Well, that is where they earn their reputation as a stealthy supervillain. Ticks are silent, still, and extremely patient. They don't jump or fly. They can only crawl. So they crawl up onto plants, branches, or just to the top of the leaf litter and wait and wait. Ticks will become alert when they sense a possible host approaching. They can sense body heat and odors from CO2 when a potential host approaches. And this causes them to wave their front legs back and forth to be ready to latch on to the prey in a behavior called questing. Hooks and barbs on their legs latch on to feathers, fur, or clothing and don't let go. Look at the end of the tick's legs in this video. Those hairy looking structures are barbs that can grab into a host's fur or feathers. Once on board a host, the tick moves to an area that has the right conditions for it to successfully feed. That generally means places that are warm, are blood-rich, and where the skin of the host is thin and easy to pierce. Like between your toes and on your neck and your scalp. Yikes. It's after a tick bites its host that their supervillain powers really come into play. Ticks dig into their victim's skin with a harpoon-like mouth part, but remember, they are super stealthy, so you won't even feel the bite. They don't want their host to know that they are biting them, because then the host would quickly scratch or pull them off. To keep their presence a secret, ticks have a super sneaky spit, otherwise known as saliva. The saliva is rich in antihistamines that keep the host from feeling an itch at the bite site, pain-killing substances so that we won't feel the bite, as well as anticoagulants that make our blood flow more easily for them to drink. They even secrete a material that acts like cement at the bite site, making it even more difficult for them to be removed. They really do play the part of a supervillain, don't they? To learn more about the amazing and kind of frightening adaptations ticks possess, check out the videos from PBS, A Deep Look, and Science Insider on our Summer Supervillains YouTube playlist. And then move on to episode 2 to learn how to identify the ticks we find around Wisconsin. Thanks.